Welcome, welcome. How is everyone today? I hope that you've had a good day. Day number who knows what, under quarantine, right? So we just have one break tonight. It's going to be a fairly quick night. It's a case of flawless football. As it stands right now, we do have an unpaid team. Of course, you know I like to go over some information before we actually get started ripping into things. So what I will do is see if they've paid by the time we finish that. And if they have, great, they keep their team. If they haven't, then it's going to be opened up and available for one of you to potentially pick up. So right now it is just the one team that is unpaid. All right, so as we usually do, we are going to go over some information before we actually start tearing into things. And let me get that up on the screen here. If I can click the right button, we'll see it. I can see it. Now you can see it. All right, so first thing there, feedback. It is automated on eBay. Anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you are instantly going to get the same in return. And of course, as always, I appreciate you being here, bidding, breaking, chatting, hanging out with me, keeping me company. You know, makes things a little more interesting anyway than when we just sit and look at our four walls every day, doesn't it? We are next taking a look at what's coming up in the days ahead. So this stuff is already up and running on eBay. We're going to be breaking it over the next few days. As most of you probably know by now, not a lot of new releases, right? Our last one was Tribute. We're not going to probably see any more, I'm guessing, until probably about mid-May is the last I heard. So we'll see how that shakes out. But tomorrow night, it will be a half case of Gypsy Queen baseball. That is actually the back half of the case, despite the numbering. On Thursday night, we'll start a little later than normal, 9:30 Eastern, which is 6:30 Pacific. We're going to open Leaf Metal Draft, Jumbo Football by the half case. Those are loose boxes from a shared case, and the spots are sold as first letter of the last name. And then we'll open some Tribute baseball. Another full case of Tribute will be on Thursday night. I see that I'm covering up part of my information there. Oh, and there's a typo, but we'll fix the typo later. I just wanted to fix the break number right there. On Friday night, we're going to open a case of TriStar Game Day Greats autographed football jerseys, but I happened to find a case of 2019 Series 2 when I was messing around looking for stuff the other day. So we're going to go ahead and break that and get it out of the way. That will be the last of the 2019 stuff. Everything else will switch back to 2020. And then we're going to break the last of our Donruss baseball on Friday night as well. Then both Saturday night and Sunday night are off nights. Now, as far as shipping goes, this is what it looks like. We've got just the one break tonight. It is a paid shipping break. That is Flawless Football. And I am anticipating that it will be out the door and on the way to you approximately Friday. As always, that is plus or minus a day, so it could go slightly earlier. It could go slightly later. Right now, I think the best bet is that it will go on Friday. And consolation cards, if you get skunked in this break, meaning you do not pull a card of any sort, base or otherwise, you are still going to get a package in the mail. It will have your consolation card or cards in it, and it will ship out when the rest of the break goes out the door, since this is a paid shipping break. I'm going to bring you back to me for a second. I'm going to see where we are as far as this unpaid team, if it got paid, and it did not. So the team that we have available is the Cleveland Browns. And excuse me one second. I'm also going to maybe take this phone off the hook if somebody doesn't grab it. Yeah, hang on one second. Okay, so yeah, the Cleveland Browns are unpaid in this particular break. It looks like they sold on eBay for $91. So is anybody interested in the Cleveland Browns? And if not at that price, tell me what price at which you would be interested, because I do need to find a home for it, seeing as how the person who bought it did not pay for it. And Justin's here. Hi, Justin. You said you might be interested in the unpaid team since you know it is the Browns. Are you in, out? How are you feeling about things? If you can jump into chat there and let me know, I would appreciate it. Meanwhile, let me get into the spreadsheet here and update it so that we know it is unpaid. And then hopefully somebody somewhere wants the Browns. And again, if you don't like the price it sold for, we've got just one break tonight. I would like to just find this a home and keep on moving. I don't want to have to sit here, you know, waiting, hoping that we find a home for it. All right, so K3MO says you'll offer 60. Okay, Justin doesn't want the Browns, so right now we've got the bid with K3MO at 60. So is anybody else interested in the Cleveland Browns? If you are, speak now or forever hold your peace kind of deal. Oh, well, Justin's still going to go 75 even though he didn't know it was the Browns. Oh, look at that, Justin coming through in the clutch. All right, so we are now sitting at 75 with Justin. If anybody else is interested, now is the time to let me know. Otherwise, that is getting ready to be sold to Justin. Meanwhile, I am going to get this canceled out on eBay. And we'll be almost ready to go once I get that done, of course. So let's get our deadbeat bidder off the books. And all right, so Justin, it looks like it's all yours, my friend. Nobody else is in the running tonight. It is just you. We got to hope now that your Cleveland Browns come through for you, right? Well, not your Cleveland Browns because you didn't necessarily want them, but the Cleveland Browns, even if you're not a fan of them, we still want you to do well. Mojo repay you well. All right, so Justin, you probably see there that I just typed in my information. That is the email I use for PayPal. I will tell the rest of you, don't ever send correspondence there because I will never, ever, ever see it. I mean, there's tens of thousands of emails in that account. I just periodically go through and delete them all. So if you need me, you always want to get me by way of eBay messages. Now let me update the spreadsheet here to show that Justin has picked up that team, and then we're about ready to get underway as soon as I get that done. So we're making this chance for Justin. And let me get that little bit done. I'm almost done. And I know it's so slow. I'm so slow, aren't I? I don't know. It's the spreadsheet. It doesn't want to cooperate with me sometimes. I don't know what the deal is. But anyway, I think I got it that time. All right. So we can move on back down our lineup here. So this is a 2-box case break of 2019 Flawless Football. It's full case break. This is break number 2. And it ended tonight on eBay the same night we are breaking it, which is Tuesday night, the 14th of April. We've got team names there on the left-hand side and our winning bidders across from each team on the opposite side. I see Jonathan Jonathan says the good old days about AOL. I know, man, it's my OG email, but listen, I don't want to change it because it's tied to so many things. I've had that email address for, I couldn't even tell you how many years. It's literally been decades. And I tied it to so much stuff because, you know, at the time it was the thing to have. And then over the years, I moved the correspondence to other email addresses, but I never untied it from all the stuff like PayPal and eBay and all that kind of stuff, and then I'm too lazy to do it, so I just keep it and use it selectively. I know that's bad, right? That's all right. Okay, so you probably noticed right there that your background went out of focus a little bit, and that was intentional. I do not want you to worry about that. It's actually going to let us look at our cards and things up closer than we might otherwise be able to do. So next thing on our to-do list here, let's get these cases out of here and see what's in them. And Justin's all paid up. Thank you again, sir. I appreciate you on that. I hope that we can have some good mojo to reward you. As a result, we sure hope so. Oh, I left myself on the wrong screen, so now you see the right thing and I see the wrong thing. I don't know, man. It's been one of those days. I mean, I had to take the cat to the vet today. The cat is sick. And not with COVID, for those of you who are thinking that. The cat does not have COVID. But it was very weird, the whole way you had to do it. I had to wait in the car and for them to come out and get the cat. And then, once they came out and got the cat, they came out to get the cat. We just had the carrier in the passenger seat, so they could just open the door and get the carrier out and wouldn't really have to interact with us or anything too much, because that's how they said they wanted to do it. But then they're like, no, we can't go into your car. You have got to get the carrier out and set it on the ground here by your car. So I did. And I mean, they came out in full on, practically hazmat gear. I mean, they were head to toe covered in gloves and masks and the whole deal. So they don't allow anybody inside. So they took the cat in, did the exam, brought the cat back out right away, but then told me I couldn't leave yet. So I had to wait out there for the vet to call me, and then for them to bring out some medication and the, invoice and all that stuff. So it was really surreal having to take the cat to the vet today. Plus, it took forever. I was shocked. You would think with no people inside, they'd be a lot faster, but really they weren't. But anyway, so at least we got the cat some medicine. So, all right, kids, as you can see here, we are a 1-pack per briefcase kind of product, and then our encased cards, which I always save those for last because, well, why not? They're the most fun. So we save the best for last. Is that how we're going to look at it? Yeah, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Justin says, well, yay. You stopped by because you subscribed and saw that we went live, and then you were just kind enough to pick up that team too. So, all right, Justin, thank you. I owe you one, man. We're going to see if the mojo can deliver on it. So what we learned the last time, these blockchain redemptions, which of course in the real world with Panini come with the card, a physical version of the card and the digital version. What I learned in opening this the first time, which this just came out last week, is that this redemption is only going to be for the digital version. Nonetheless, we still flip them over at the very end of the night because, well, I'm mean like that. But we'll check them out at the very end. So the Cowboys are first up. We've got DeMarcus Lawrence, Jalen Smith, and Leighton Vander Esch. And that comes up numbered to 20 with a trio of relics. On the flip side, we've got a trio of relics to 20 for the Redskins. One of them in particular is nice. The other two, solid white, those are a little boring. But it is Terry McLaurin, Dwayne Haskins, and Bryce Love. So Redskins and Cowboys both on board already. And the Redskins just keep on trucking, don't they? There's Dwayne Haskins, and that one numbered to 25 is also headed to Washington. On the opposite side, we've got Ray Lewis for the Ravens. It is numbered to 25 as well. You said scary Terry. For Terry McLaurin, yeah. Marquise Valdez-Scantling, that heads out to the Green Bay Packers. It's numbered to 20. You've got, of course, a hard-signed autograph and relic. I say of course, but they do occasionally slide some stickers into this product. I hate it when they do it, but they do it occasionally. And then we have Ryan Kerrigan. Wow. And Redskins just keep on hitting. This is a Pro Bowl card numbered to 20 for Mr. Ryan Kerrigan, and the Washington Redskins taking home another one. Oh, there's my man, T.J. Watt for my Pittsburgh Steelers, baby. And that is numbered to 5 for the black and gold. Oh, I see something really nice coming. I can't tell who the player is yet, but I love it. I already love it, and I can't even see who the player is yet. Justin Tucker, that is numbered to 25, your kicker for the Ravens, hard-signed autograph, and a pretty nice-looking relic. And this little bad boy here, what? Look at that. We have got a 1-of-1 NFL Shield 100th anniversary, and that is very nice for the Broncos. It's Philip Lindsay. Now, I had an email message tonight telling me to bring the love for the Broncos, and I think you wanted Drew Lock, but you know what? I'm guessing you probably like that anyway, right? Am I right? If you have the Broncos tonight, I think you do like it. Number 25. Oh, my Steelers hit a Rod Woodson. I like that. Oh, wait, Steelers and Raiders are on there. Whoops. That's not going to just one. That could go either way because we've got both Steelers and Raiders on the card. You notice my eye went right to the Steeler, of course. So that's going to have to set up there in housekeeping. We'll use random.org to give that one a home shortly, or when we finish up the rest of the stuff. The Kansas City Chiefs, numbered to 15, have Tyreek Hill headed their way for Kansas City. And number 220, the Patriots hitting Jarrett Stidham, which is at the moment, your presumptive starting quarterback for New England. We'll wait and see what the draft brings, but at the moment, that's how the lineup looks. Joe Theismann, the Redskins are crushing this break. That is numbered to 5 with a Joe Theismann hard-signed on-card autograph, also for the Redskins. The boys get Troy Aikman to 10, so the Cowboys doing pretty well tonight also. Now we've still got, of course, our encased cards up here, and then we've got our blockchain and some other stuff too. But let's start out with this. Lamar Jackson, numbered to 10 for the Ravens with one of our jewel cards that is encased, and I can't tell what that is, a sapphire maybe? Does that look like a little sapphire perhaps? It looked kind of bluish. And then the Indianapolis Colts have Jacoby Brissett. That looks like we have a Nike swoosh. Haha, you'll know I love my swoosh. And it is numbered a 1-of-2, I believe that says. You can kind of see it. It's buried on the top of his foot there, but I believe that says 1-of-2 for the Colts. We'll look at that one in a minute. We're going to get all the jewels and relics out of the way first. How about Joe Montana coming out for the 49ers? That is numbered to 20, and I believe we have a little bit of a ruby chip in it. Keenan Allen, and Keenan is out for the Chargers. That is also numbered to 20 and has a little bit of a ruby kind of chip in it. These two little cards say, oh, look, our little chips of diamonds and whatnot are real, and they're not blood diamonds, and etc. So those don't matter too awfully much. How about Josh Jacobs coming out for the Raiders? Very nice, encased and on card numbered to 20 for Oakland. And now the big boy. I made you wait until last because I saw it when I was taking it out of the briefcase. It is numbered to 25. How about Kyler Murray for the Arizona Cardinals? Yeah, they were sweating it out too, right up until right then. Now they're happy. Jonathan, you said one thing you've noticed so far is that a lot of these cases have multiple cards for the same team. I had not noticed it as much in our first case. We definitely are Redskin heavy in this one, though. That is for sure. But anyway, sometimes it rolls that way. Justin, you said this is one of the best cases you've seen. You like it? All right. Yeah, I know. It's pretty good. I'm happy with what we've hit so far. All right, our blockchain, this is for a digital card. We flip it over. Hey, it's going to you, Justin. That is Baker Mayfield for the Browns. And it is Flawless Shields. So if it is Shields, one would think that might be like an NFL logo or something. I don't really know, but we'll see what we can figure out. It should tell us, I believe, if the Panini website will load, which it would not right before the break started, but we'll try it again. If it does, we can go in there and find out what that might be numbered to. And remember, those are virtual cards, guys. These blockchains are digital cards, although apparently some of them still selling for a lot of money. And then the other one is Drew Lock, BC Signature Gloves. And that Drew Lock, of course, going to the Broncos. So that takes care of our 2 digital blockchain hits. Now, we've got this beautiful little Rod Woodson. First off, I love this guy. And secondly, there's 2 teams on here, Steelers and Raiders. So we're going to have to use random.org to figure out where it goes. Now, I do it the same way every time. If it either left to right or top to bottom, this card is obviously oriented left to right. So the Steelers are going to be typed in first. The Raiders will be typed in second. Then after that, I do random 3 different times unless I have 10 or more items in the list, which of course we do it only once then. But we definitely have fewer than 10 items in this list, so we will be doing random 3 times, and only the 3rd random will count. First 2 will not. But the first thing we'll do real quickly is just make sure that we don't have the same person that happens to own both teams, in which case we wouldn't have to do this at all. So we'll check that real quick. So the Raiders is T. Sanchi 3, and then our Pittsburgh Steelers, that is Mort 159. So yeah, that means we are in fact going to have to head over to Random and pay it a little visit and get this squared away and find out whether the Raiders or the Steelers are going to get that sweet, sweet little Rod Woodson card. All right, so remember, it is only the 3rd random, so the first one doesn't count. And you can also ignore the second one. Here comes our 3rd and final. There it tells us 3 times, gives us our date and time stamp, and it ends up going the way of the Steelers. So the Steelers taking home the Rod Woodson here by way of random.org. So let's just go ahead and do this so that I can write on there and know where it's going later when I'm working on it. So of course I wrote on the top loader. Now you know I would not write on your actual card. I think everyone would know that, but just to demonstrate there. See? Not on the card, just on the top loader. So we'll start our recap with that because it's in my hand. It is Rod Woodson. It's numbered to 5. It ended up going to the Steelers by way of random.org. So congrats, Steelers, on that. These are our blockchain redemptions. So they are digital cards only. And we've got Drew Lock for the Broncos with 1 and Baker Mayfield, the Browns, for the other. Now I will see real quickly here if the Panini website is loading. It was not earlier. If it is now, we'll go look that up. But let me check it real quick. I'm going to type it in again. I always set it up right before the break, assuming that we'll have something to look up in redemptions. And it doesn't look like it's going to load again tonight. I mean, right now either. I tried it earlier too. It just sits there and does nothing. All right, so we won't be able to find out what those are numbered to, but we do know, of course, that the Browns is Baker Mayfield and the Broncos is Drew Lock. So we know that much. Next up, we have numbered to 5. There is a T.J. Watt for the Steelers, a Troy Aikman to 10 for the Cowboys, one of many for the Redskins, numbered to 5. That is Joe Theismann. And numbered to 20, you have got Jarrett Stidham for the Patriots, which, hey, who knows how hot that may turn out to be if he starts and does well. Tyreek Hill for the Kansas City Chiefs is numbered to 15. That little beauty right there, that 1-of-1 NFL shield with the 100th anniversary logo on it. It's Philip Lindsay for the Broncos, and it is a sweet, sweet little hit for Denver. I like it. Justin Tucker, number 225, comes out for the Ravens. They've had a lot of kickers in products this year, isn't it? Justin said he thinks that shield is a 1 of 1. Could you get that thing to come up on, could you get the Panini website to load? Why can't I get it to load then? If you guys got it to load, why can't I get it to load? I don't know. I thought it might be a 1 of 1 just because usually shields are, but you never know. Washington Redskins, number 220. That is Ryan Kerrigan, of course, in this Pro Bowl uniform on the card, but team designation there was clearly the Redskins. Number 220, it is Marquez Valdez-Scantling for the Green Bay Packers. There is a Ray Lewis /25 for the Ravens. Redskins again, Dwayne Haskins relic, numbered /25. Number 220, there is a trio of relics for the Redskins. And this is a trio of relics numbered /20 for the Dallas Cowboys. Oh, okay, you couldn't get it to come up either, but you saw other blockchain shields on eBay all listed as 1 of 1. All right, well, cool. Then listen, you did all right, didn't you, Justin? That pickup turned out to be all right. Nice. Joe Montana, number 220, one of our encased cards. It heads to the 49ers. Got some kind of little maybe ruby chip or something down in there. Jacoby Brissett with a Nike swoosh, and it is numbered /2. It is 1 of 2 for the Indianapolis Colts. Got a sweet Lamar Jackson here, numbered /10. It's got some kind of little chip in it, a sapphire perhaps. I have a hard time seeing it. It's buried down in there, but maybe it's a diamond, maybe it's a sapphire. I don't know what it is. It's too dark looking for me to tell. Something like that. Josh Jacobs and the Raiders, that is numbered /20, so we are not sending Oakland home empty-handed. Even though they lost the random, they still got that sweet little card. We have a Keenan Allen numbered /20 for the Chargers. That again looks a little bit like a little ruby chip or something. And then we have Kyler Murray, right, numbered /25 for the Arizona Cardinals. Very nice. Justin says that's the best case of flawless he's ever seen. Well, hey, all right. I'll go with that. It was a pretty good case. I've seen some pretty good cases of flawless over the years, but that was a nice case too. We had some very good hits in there. I would like to have seen it spread out a little more because I hate when a bunch of stuff goes to one team. I mean, I love it for the team that gets the bunch of stuff, but then you hate it for the other teams because, so many things went to one team. You all know how that goes. You love it when it's your team. You hate it when it's not, All right, so we did just have the one break tonight, but what I am going to do right now is spreadsheet information again for those of you who jumped in the middle and maybe missed it. So just the one break should be out the door approximately Friday. That is always plus or minus a day, so it could go a little earlier, could go a little later. Best guess is Friday. If you did not pull a card at all in this break, you didn't get anything of any sort, you are still going to get a package in the mail. It will have consolation card or cards in it, and it will ship out to you when the rest of the break goes out the door, just an FYI. And as far as what it looks like in the days ahead, so tomorrow night it's going to be Gypsy Queen Baseball by the half case. On Thursday night, we're going to start a half hour later than normal, 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific. We're going to open Leaf Metal Draft Jumbo Football half case. Those are loose boxes from a shared case, and spots are sold by the first letter of the last name. And then we're going to bust into a little tribute baseball again on Thursday night as well. Friday, we will open another case of TriStar autographed football jerseys. There are 5 to a case, but this one happens to be 2019 Series 2. I know, I found it. It's stuck in behind some other stuff. I gotta be more organized, don't I? I know. Anyway, we'll bust that Friday night, and then we'll get back to the 2020 TriStars after that. And then we're going to open Donruss Baseball Friday night as well. It's at an 8-box half case break, and it is the last of the Donruss Baseball. So if you're a Donruss fan, at least from my stash, Friday night will be it. And so that, I guess, is it for me tonight. Justin said you hit a Drew Lock autograph silver to 20. Oh, that's pretty sweet too. That's nice. And you like the Kyler Murray? I know. I like that Kyler Murray too. I thought that was a nice hit. And of course, anything in Flawless, National Treasures, some of those, they're always nice when you hit them. So that is it for me tonight, kids. Thank you again, everyone, for being here. Appreciate you very much. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay indoors, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye now.